Hello travelers! I am Lorekeen, your traveler's guide to Tyria. In our last episode we experienced some glitches, but after solving all critical issues, we are back on track, and this time we are moving north to explore the Hunter's Lake.
I could do this all day.
You do. This is all you ever do.
According to many Norn living in the area, Wayfarer Foothills used to be a great place to hunt and fish, offering safety and prosperity to those that chose to make this place their home. But then the weather turned foul. Some might even believe the ice dragon's corruption is at play. Regardless of the reason for this climate change, the lives of the locals have become a lot harder.
I can't feel my feet anymore.
I'd sit, but I'd just freeze my hindquarters again.
It's getting colder. I feel a storm coming.
I've got icicles forming in my beard.
There are 3 lodges on this lake. The first one belongs to Vendrake, who lives here with his partner Edda, and child Arni. Today this place acts more like comic relief, with who fools who events between Arni and the Grawl. But in the past, Edda was the heart of this place. Now her wares are sold by the pacified Grawl from the Griefaln burrows.
Boy, come over here and pull your papa's finger, would you?
Don't you dare, we just changed those sheets!
Ew, gross!
Further on the lake we find Krennak's homestead, where Krennak the Short lives with his multi-generational family. Krennak's nickname comes from him being shorter than his brother Tor the Tall, ever since they were kids. Krennak never has the coin to pay for his own drinks either, so there's a shortage there too. He is an old hunting partner of the legendary Stagauken, just don't tell his mate that he still mentions her fondly.
When can we go out by the lake and play again?
Yeah, we're tired of being stuck around here. Stupid Grawl and Ice Brood.
Kids, fetch my sword and shield. I'll clear that lake out in no time for you.
Settle down. Kids, your father and uncle will tell you when the lake is safe.
Krennak's family moved here, convinced that this lake was a great location for a homestead. After all, it's called Hunter's Lake, it can't be that bad. But with the cold weather and the corruption spreading from the north, this family is stuck between the Growl's raids and Icebird's attacks, with only frozen poultry for dinner.
Mama, I'm sick of moa meat!
We're all sick of moa meat, Blossom, but there's not much else worth hunting out there right now.
That's it! Fetch my sword, boy. We're going out for some venison.
Yay!
Oh, for the love of Raven. Joel, what did I tell you about listening to your papa?
Aww.
Arni, Krennak and Tor's father, is too old to go hunting, but he has stories to tell. His father was a hero of the far Shiver Peaks, fighting alongside Magni the Bison in Gunnar's Hold. This was a Norn fighting tournament, organized somewhere halfway between Biora Marches and the Eye of the North. Centuries ago, heroes could participate in this minigame where they would face 5 different opponents, one-on-one. Defeating them would allow these heroes to challenge Magni the Bison, the highest undefeated champion and founder of the tournament, for a chance to win the Bison Cup, which could later be used as a focus. In rare cases, the last opponent would be the last primeval king and the Scourge of Vabi himself, Palawa Ignatius Joko.
I know what you're planning for me. I'm not stupid.
Is that right? You're on to me, are you?
I can tell you're planning to put me out there on the lake for the ice wolves. Don't bother denying it.
Finally, I don't have to sneak around anymore. Kids, get a sled for your papa and salt him up for those ice wolves.
Mama, stop it!
Don't believe his grumbling, these words are just the old man's frustration. Arni would have preferred to go down fighting, and not become a nuisance to the family and Lori, who is now stuck mashing up stew for a toothless old beast, instead of being out hunting. Tor the Tall is the heart of the place and he's camped outside, with Brogun the Scholar. Brogun is an elementalist and a member of a Durmond Priory, stationed here to study the Icebird. But first, Brogun has to deal with the Grawl, who are attacking the lodge and trying to steal the family winter supplies.
Looks like someone's riled up the growl again. Finish your drinks! It's fighting time!
Come on, nobody messes with my brother, except me.
Smash! Ha!
I've never seen the Growl act like that. Usually all they want is bloodshed. This time they went straight for my brother's wares.
It's strange, all right. I wonder what's going on with them. I think I'll visit their camp and see what I can find out.
That could be dangerous. You better take some help.
I should have known. The sons of Svanir have turned them to Jormag. That is a totem to dragon. Destroy that foul totem. Dragon cannot take the Growl. They're a pain. But they are our pain.
These ice sculptures can be found throughout Shiver Peaks, and they are totems dedicated to the ice dragon, Jormag. The one in the middle of the lake was erected by a Svanir Shaman Chief, who will be very angry if you destroy this totem, and he will fight you and Scholar Brogun, in what is known as the last battle of the Frozen Maw, the first meta event of this map.
How dare you defile my spirit's totem! Face the wrath of dragon! Stop him! Do not let him summon any help! Bow down and despair. We have to interrupt the ritual!
Stand back or die.
We can't let the Suns gain control of the lake. Let's stop them first, then focus on the shaman's ritual.
Destroy the corrupted portal summoning creatures from the mist, and then you can focus on the shaman.
What? How did you get to me so fast? Fine. I can finish this quickly with a little effort.
As you weaken the shaman and get him to 50% health, the corruption will consume him completely, transforming him into an iceberg Goliath. Assassinate the Svanir Shaman Chief and you will receive trophies for legendaries like the Rifle the Predator, the Shield the Flameseeker Prophecies, the Dagger Incinerator, the Axe Frostfang, the Scepter Meteorologicus, and the Backpack ad infinitum.
With that son of Svanir defeated, the elemental lost its traction in our world, as I predicted, and Jormag's hold on the Growl is shattered. This triumph must be documented. But first, a fine ale.
The event itself is named after a Sons of Svanir homestead, located behind Krennak's lodge. In the middle of the Frozen Maw, an ice spike impales the ground, and from it, corruption spills all around it. If you try to touch it, you will find it so cold, like tiny daggers pricking your skin, but you can also sense a terrible power that lies waiting there. If you think you can handle it, a veteran Elder Icebread Troll and its minions will fight you for a hero point.
You won't believe it! I killed 100 boars today!
Egil Fireteller once killed 500. That was centuries ago.
The next lodge on this lake belongs to Kevach, a renowned hard NPC. If you happen to be of a female inclination, Kevach is more than willing to warm you up, if the fire's not hot enough for that. If that doesn't suit you, drinking and killing worms are the main activities of the area. Ever since the Great Hunt, killing worms has become more popular than the spirits, and this lodge is right next to the nest from where Canute caught Isamir, the beast you defeated at that moot. With all the heroes coming by, our lodge master could use an extra hand to keep the ale flowing. They'll never admit it, but most of the customers can't handle Kevach's ale, as seen by the amount of Norn face planted in the snow. Kevach is not worried for them, but he would appreciate it if you can get the drunks inside, so they keep on drinking. Down by the lake, in the Lost Wurm cave where Isamir used to nest, you can meet the brewer responsible for making this potent ale that Kevach is selling. The unusual strength of this drink might have something to do with the fact that this brewer, like any entrepreneurial Norn, is trying to make a living with what nature gives him. In his case, worms, lots and lots of worms. He is guarding some aging ale barrels which contain the very pungent cold filtered worm tincture. It is made using a secret worm bladder filtration process. Don't you worry, you can't taste the worms, and the distillation process kills any parasites they may be carrying. It's the bite that counts and the worm blood gives it that. Try it out for a rosy cheek glow, a frosty aura, and a hero point. Volden, Kevach's assistant, is in charge of moving the stock ale to the lodge. He needs someone brave enough to go into the cave, fight the worms, find the kegs, and bring them to him. Odir and Modir usually help take the barrels out of the cave, while Hodir waits by the lodge to catch the kegs Volden throws at him. But Hodir drank on the job again and he is off his game, so you might want to take his place and partake in this minigame. Of course you could carry the kegs, but that would mean doing a lot of work instead of having fun, and that would be a strange thing indeed. Although I must warn you, Volden is terribly nearsighted and the event often bugs, so you might have to leave this activity in Hodir's care, for when he sobers up. Kale is one of the patrons of this lodge, and he mastered the art of the hunt. He used to go out, risk his life to kill a beast, and then return to drink. One day he realized he could skip the danger, and focus on the important things, drinking. Another regular of this place is Osborne, although he is late.
Absalom, good to see you. You're here for the hunt?
Yeah, too much ale made me miss the great hunt. I'm looking forward to an epic battle today.
Huh! Maybe if you could hold your drink better like me, you'd have fought Isormir.
Ignore Kale. He'd rather hold his ale than a weapon.
I have to stay and look after the lodge. But I bet Aldous and Kaylee will show you where to find some prey.
Ah, welcome to the great hunt for people who slept through the first one.
Hold your tongue, or I'll hold your throat, Kale. On that ice is where Newt Whitebear captured the giant worm Isormir. You should be able to track its kin easily.
What are we waiting for? Let's hunt!
I've fought enough worms to last a lifetime. Keep going towards the cave. You can't miss it.
And sure enough, Osborne will find a veteran frost worm waiting for him.
Aren't you going to help? I have to watch my food. What's your excuse?
I didn't oversleep and miss the great hunt. This is his fight.
Once this worm is taken care of, Chef Aldous will use this opportunity to replenish her food stocks.
That worm left a hole to its lair. There must be plenty of eggs for the taking down there.
Not your worm egg omelets again. I think I hear an ale calling my name at the lodge.
We don't want your drinking arm to get soft. Go then! The cave will be my adventure.
That was fun!
I suppose. Good thing you had help.
Hey, Isormir was worthy of a great hunt. We did pretty well.
True. Anyway, let Aldous do her egg hunt while we warm up in the lodge.
Look at all these eggs! I could feed all of Holbreck with them. Bring me all you can. Oh, these eggs should cook up nicely. I've got this bunch. Why don't you check the cave and see if there's more? I'll take whatever you can find.
A word of warning, Kevach. Aldous is heading into the worm cave to get eggs. You know what that means.
Her worm egg meals may taste like carrion, but, no, they smell like carrion too. Wait, you didn't go in with her? That place is crawling with worms!
She can get her own eggs. I have a better adventure. Which reminds me, where's my ale?
And so you can attempt to help kill Isormir's whole family, including the eggs.
A fine job! Follow me back to the lodge and I'll make the best meal you'll ever have!
She returns! What disgusting thing did you uncover in the cave?
Save your mouth for drinking, Kale. You don't have Raven's wit.
Ugh, and you don't have Snow Leopard's sense of smell. What did you drag in here?
Wolf's teeth! The eggs must have broke. There's yolk everywhere.
Everyone outside. I'm barring the doors.
What? I came here to drink. It's cold out there.
You stay warm, gorgeous. I'll protect you. Still think getting those eggs was a good idea, Aldous? Someone tell me the ale is safe.
Kevach, I'm sorry. I swear to the spirits that I will make this up to you.
Are you joking, friend? That was a grand fight. The Skalds will be talking about it for months. Which reminds me, A flag of the mead for the first one with a saga about that battle.
Chef Aldous won't let the leftover bits and pieces of Wurm go to waste. These worms might look like an inside-out dolyak, but she can turn them into the best bowl of worm meat stew you ever had. If this is not for you, Aldous also sells some other hearty meals, including the Moa egg omelette, for crafting the legendary Focus the Minstrel.
There are worm guts everywhere! I didn't come to clean, I came to drink!
There's another lodge up the hill from here. Let's go!
Meet Skald Stiartna. He used to hunt with his family, recording and singing about their deeds when they would get to a lodge. He earned more praise as a storyteller than with a bow, so he stuck with the tales. He learned his craft by competing against other skalds, facing each other in crowded lodges or taverns. They would tell stories all night long, until the first runs out of them, tell a bad one, or pass out. In a few years, he could outsing anyone, even the masters like Bryn the Wise and Cluna Story Shouter. Sometimes, well, most times, ale was involved in proportions that most couldn't handle. Fortunately, Stiartna never had that problem. He can drink like bear and still sing like raven. He doesn't have a saga about this battle yet, but he can tell you about Al and Alscare's fight with Jormag. Or maybe you would like to know how the moot came to be. It's said that long ago, two Norn travelers met each other at a faraway crossroads. They stopped and shared stories about what was happening in the world, and boasted about their deeds. But they couldn't back those deeds up with proof. So, instead of being called liars, they invented new games on the spot and tested each other. Ale was the prize of any wager. In time, every Norn brought ale with them, knowing they could gamble for it if they found themselves at any of these gatherings. The moots grew in size, and while they were about wagers and boasts, they kept the spirit of meeting strangers with a pint of ale in a place by the fire.
I spent a week on the summit of the highest mountain.
Azir Ravenhall spent a lifetime on a mountaintop. Raven will forever carry his memory.
Another story he could tell you, on the funny side, is about a Norn who married a keg, and on their wedding night? You know? This one isn't meant for young ears like yours. But click the like button while I tell you this, the tale ends with him covered in ale, running naked into the night screaming, "Oh no, I've killed her!" If you would like to know the end of our tale around Wayfarer Foothills, make sure you are subscribed and check the notification bell, because in the next episode we will push deeper north, and try to clear the corruption before moving on to Ascalon. But until then, happy exploring!